Hello everyone, today I want to show you a great guitar exercise that when done every day, even for just a couple of minutes, will give you incredible results in speed, precision and strength. It will basically turn your left hand into a guitar weapon. This exercise should be doable for most of you, but even if you're a complete beginner or are just struggling with it, don't worry about it, because at the end of the video I will also show you a few variations you can use, and they also work amazingly well. This exercise, along with 80 more, is part of my book on legato that you'll find linked below if you want to check it out, but even by itself will do wonders for you. So you will perform legato trills with all possible finger combinations on all strings in one big exercise. So let's look at the basic pattern. I'll demonstrate it on the 4th string, but any string will do. And the idea here is that we place the hand in a comfortable spot. I'll use usually the 5th fret. And we'll start with all the combinations that start with the 1st finger. So 1st and 2nd finger, move up to the 3rd and 4th. Just like that. Of course, 1 finger per fret. When I'm done with those, I'll continue with combinations starting from the 2nd finger. So 2 and 3, and then up to 2 and 4, and finally 3 and 4. Okay, so now I played all possible combinations. Let's show it to you all together. Notice how I move from one combination to the next without ever interrupting the flow of the legatos, even when I change the starting finger. So when I go from 1-2 to 1-3, the last pull off from the 2 brings me to the first combination of 1-3, like this. And now 4. When I finish the 4, that pull off brings me to the 2nd finger, and so on, so I never interrupt. Now that I can do it on one string, I have to move it across all of them. I will start on the 6th string and work my way down to the 1st and back up. I will show it to you from close up now, and I will just do the descending part just to save time, but you have to do it on the way back as well. I understand that for some of you this might be a bit too difficult to do right away, so I'm going to show you now a few variations you can do to work your way up to it. Even if you can play it, you might use these to mix things up in your practice. Variation number 1 is the same exercise, but we'll only focus on the hammer-on part of the legato, so basically the first half. We play every first note with the pick and hammer the next note. So it goes something like this. Like that, of course, on all strings and moving it across. Variation number 2, you might have guessed it, is to focus only on the 2nd part of the legato, on the pull off. So we'll pick the note, in this case on the 2nd finger, and pull off to the 1st one. Variation number 3 is for when you can play the whole thing on a single string, but you don't have the endurance yet to go through the whole exercise. So feel free to focus on only one string at a time. You could also just do maybe the first 2 strings, then add one more, one more, one more. In no time, you'll be able to play the whole thing. And finally, variation number 4, you can use it again as a preparatory exercise, but you can also use it to make the whole exercise even more difficult. Because what I suggest you do is, instead of repeating everything 4 times, you can do it 8, 16 times, maybe twice, or maybe just once. This will change the focus of the exercise. For example, if I change every 16 times, it gives me time to get more acquainted with each of the combinations. Right? I can spend more time with each of them. If I do it every 2 or even just once, then it becomes more of a dexterity thing. Like that, if it was 1, if it was 2. Right? Now if I apply it to the whole thing, then you can see that it can get pretty complicated. Try doing this every day for 3 to 5 minutes for a few days or weeks, and you should see some amazing results. If you do decide to give it a shot, please let me know in the comments below how it goes. I love to hear from you. And if you'd like to take your legato even further, then by all means do check out my book. If your fingers need some rest now, but you want to keep learning new things, I suggest you maybe check out this video about how to truly hear and learn scales. I think you'll find it very interesting. As always, I want to thank you for being there and for supporting the channel. If you want to check out my Patreon below, great. If not, I'll just see you next week for another video.